centuries ago, we made a tryst with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom, said by Jawaharlal Nehru.
Freedom should not be something that you have to deserve. It should be something that you should naturally have, something that no one can take away from you. Let's celebrate this freedom.
The esteemed principal, vice principal, benevolent teachers, and my dear schoolfellows. Today, we all have gathered here in this virtual platform to mark the other landmark of success by celebrating the 75th Independence Day of our beloved country. So, we, from the core of our hearts, welcome you all to today's function on the behalf of the entire school family.
Independence Day, our main motive is to make the young generation aware about the pride and courage of our brave soldiers and the colonial rule. It is the time when we forget all our cultural differences and stay united as real Indians.
Every single Indian is filled up with this perfect courage as we stand together to put up a determined fight for an unprecedented life-threatening diseases with such a vast magnitude with valiant corona warriors all along the country. At the same time, our soldiers are safeguarding our frontiers from the belligerent neighbors. So, let's salute these Indians who has not let the spirit of true India down. Now, with this spirit and enthusiasm, let's begin our beautiful day by inviting Anne Therese for the prayer song.
ശീലു ചൊല്ലുവാൻ നാവിനാകീണമേ സ്നേഹമാകുന്ന ഗീതമോ എൻ്റെ കാതിനിണയാകണേ സത്യമെന്നുള്ള ശീലമോടെ ഞാൻ ശാന്തി അറിയണമേ ഭൂമിയമ്മ എന്നറിയുവാനുള്ള ബോധമുണ്ടാക്കണേ ജീവജാലങ്ങളാകയും ജന്മബന്ധുവായിടണേ ജാതിഭേദങ്ങളിന്ന ശാപമോ ദൂരെ മറയണമേ ലോകമുന്നിന്ന പാഠമെന്നുമെൻ മനസ്സിലെഴുതേണമേ
It's time for which without it is impossible to start. We always start our functions in the name of Lord Almighty. So I would like to welcome Anne Feba for reading the Holy Bible.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Saint Luke chapter 1 verses 46 to 55. My heart praises the Lord, my soul is glad because of God my Saviour, for he has remembered me, his lowly servant. From now on all people will call me happy because of the great things the mighty God has done for me. His name is holy. From one generation to another, he shows mercy to those who honor him. He has stretched out his mighty arm and scattered the proud with all their plans. He has brought down mighty kings from their thrones and lifted up the lowly. He has filled the hungry with good things and sent the rich away with empty hands. He has kept the promise he made to our ancestors and has come to the help of his servant Israel. He has remembered to show mercy to Abraham and to all his descendants forever. This is the word of the Lord.
Now I would like to welcome our dear principal, Sister Christina, for giving us the message on this Independence Day.
I congratulate everyone on this 75th Independence Day. Freedom does not come easily. We are all indebted to our national heroes who made this country what it is today. The glory of our country should be kept up by us Indians. Because of many struggles and sacrifices made by our freedom fighters, India and Indians stand with head held high. For almost 3 centuries, British colonials prevailed in India. Never again should this country and its people should drop their heads low. As patriotic citizens, let's put extra efforts into performing our responsibilities. Our diversities should not be seen as a weakness, but as a greatest strength. It's only by working together that we can build a resilient and thriving nation. Let me wish you all a very happy Independence Day. Let's celebrate this day with pride, dignity, and in the utmost respectable manner. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sister, for your inspiring words. We dance for laughter. We dance for tears. We dance for madness. We dance for fear.
Dance for hope, we dance for screams. We are the dancers and we create dreams. Yes, now it's time to welcome you all. So let's gear up a beautiful start of the show and welcome our friends for a beautiful dance.
यहाँ हर कदम कदम पे धरती बदले रंग, यहाँ की बोली में रंगोली सात रंग, यहाँ हर कदम कदम पे धरती बदले रंग, यहाँ की बोली में रंगोली सात रंग, धानी पगड़ी पहने मौसम है, नीली चादर ताने अंबर है, नदी सुनहरी हरा समंदर है, देश रंगीला रंगीला, देश मेरा रंगीला, देश रंगीला रंगीला, देश मेरा रंगीला, देश रंगीला रंगीला, देश मेरा रंगीला, देश रंगीला रंगीला, देश मेरा रंगीला।
हो मारे या कोई मारे ना, यहाँ अपनी भी थोड़ी अदा थोड़ा अंदाज है, ऐसे है चाहे वैसे है, अरे जो भी है जैसे है, खुद पे हमें नाज है, जाने ना हमको ये जमाना, चाहो तो हमको आसमाना, यारबाज हम चालसाज हम इश्कबाज दिल वाले, कहते हैं हमको प्यार से इंडिया वाले, छू लेते दिल के तार से इंडिया वाले, हर जीत छीन ले हार से इंडिया वाले, दुश्मन के छक्के छुड़ा दे हम इंडिया वाले, दुश्मन के छक्के छुड़ा दे हम इंडिया वाले।
A pleasant good morning to all. India is the cradle of human race, the mother of history, the grandmother of legends, and the great-grandmother of traditions. So let's salute our nation as it is celebrating its 75th Independence Day today. A very happy Independence Day to all of you. On this auspicious occasion, I would like to welcome our dearest principal, Sister Christina SCV, to this program. Next, I would like to extend my hearty welcome to our buzzer, Father Jarish, and also a warm welcome to our Vice Principal, P.U. Joseph Sir. It's my pleasure to welcome all my dear teachers, parents, and all my dear friends to this program. The glory of this country should be kept up by us Indians. As the young citizens, it is our duty and responsibility to build a better tomorrow. I would like to conclude my words by saying that have freedom in our mind, faith in our words, and pride in our souls. Jai Hind.
On this Independence Day, we remember our years past. We honor this very day for our flag, all glory has last. On this Independence Day, 2 centuries ago, we declared our independence for justice and liberty. So, to know more about pre-independence, I welcome our seniors of 12th B.
Wishing all of you a heartfelt Independence Day. In this video, we the students of class 12B are taking you to the history of India's independence which made us live free today. The pre-independence events. Our father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, organized 3 satyagrahas: Champaran Satyagraha in 1916, Kedah Satyagraha in 1917 and Ahmedabad Satyagraha in 1918. The infamous Jallianwala Bagh incident was on 13 April 1919. The Khilafat Committee was formed by Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali in 1919. On the Congress session at Nagpur, December 1920, the Non-Cooperation Movement was announced. The Non-Cooperation Movement was withdrawn on February 1920. The Round Table Conference was on 1929. Leading to the civil disobedience movement on 6th April 1930, Gandhi and his 78 trusted volunteers break the Salt Law by the Salt March from Sabarmati to Dandi. The Pune Pact of September 1932 by B.R. Ambedkar and Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the Muslim leader, in 1927 requested for separate electorates for Muslims. These were some of the important pre-independence events.
National Heroes of India. Let us revisit our history and take a glance at some of our freedom fighters. Rani Lakshmibai, she was one of the leading figures of the Indian Rebellion of 1857 who became a symbol of patriotism and courage. Sarojini Naidu, known as the Nightingale of India, she was a multi-talented figure who fought for civil rights and women's emancipation. Bhagat Singh, he was considered to be one of the most influential revolutionaries of Indian independence. Bal Gangadhar Tilak, nicknamed as Lokmanya Tilak, he was an independence activist who emphasized the importance of a cultural and religious revival to go with the political movements. Jawaharlal Nehru, who was a central figure in Indian politics before and after independence. Last but definitely not the least, Mahatma Gandhi, the father of our nation, who started out as a lawyer and due to his immense love of his country, led the independence struggle and succeeded in procuring freedom. This list just goes on. Let us bow our heads before these national heroes and remember them and their invaluable contributions.
Post-independence India. Independent India's first years were marked with turbulent events. A massive exchange of population with Pakistan and the integration of over 500 princely states into a united nation were only a few of the problems that lay before our country. The partition of India resulted in large-scale violence and displacement of people. Over 1 million people died due to communal violence and 10 to 20 million people were displaced along religious lines, creating an overwhelming refugee crisis. The violence was stopped by early September due to cooperative efforts of both Indian and Pakistani leaders. Independence also paved India's path to development. The Constituent Assembly adopted the Constitution of India, drafted by a committee headed by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar on 26 November 1949. India became a sovereign democratic republic after its constitution came into effect on 26 January 1950. India held its first national elections under the constitution in 1952, where a turnout of over 60% was recorded. The new government passed extensive reforms that increased the legal rights of women in the Indian society and further legislated against caste discrimination and untouchability. A strong initiative was taken towards providing education and health facilities to all. The agricultural sector, which greatly contributes to India's economy, underwent major development with the Green Revolution of 1967. Since 1947, India has achieved tremendous progress in increasing growth, income levels and standards of living, marked by significant increase in the country's GDP. As we commemorate the 75th Independence Day of our country, we would like to wish you again a very happy Independence Day. Thank you.
keyboard keys are black and white, but they sound like million colors in our mind. To experience these million colors, I would like to welcome Anoha of First B to play the keyboard.
It did sounded like a million colors on our mind. Now, let's welcome Ilan Saji to deliver a speech.
May we always have the freedom to choose, freedom to dream, and freedom to live. Happy Independence Day, Jai Hind.
There are many shortcuts to success, and dancing is one of them. Now, I would like to welcome Nadia Naufal for a dance. Speech is an important part of a personality because look and beauty can only gain attraction, but speech and good language can win the hearts forever. To win all our hearts forever, I would like to welcome Zeba Mariam and Achit Nair for a speech.
Greetings to all. COVID-19 pandemic has locked almost all of us in our own houses, and the 74th Independence Day comes in the midst of this pandemic. Being all celebrations are online, all classes online, even on communications online, but we have liberty to play our games, learn our lessons, and eat we like. Still, we are not happy that some controls are there somewhere. Then imagine an era where our ancestors lived as slaves under the British rule. Yes, it was before 1947, August 15. There was no liberty to learn, yearn, or to speak. There were many freedom fighters struggled and sacrificed their life for the freedom we enjoy today. We should uplift the honors of their struggles and build a strong India, a dream of our Gandhiji, Chachaji, and so many, through respecting our elders and following our teachers. We should salute and pray for the soldiers who are fighting on boundaries for us, health workers who are fighting against COVID-19, police and the leaders who motivate us. A warm Independence Day wishes for my dear friends parents and teachers. Jai, thank you.
A very happy Independence Day. Today, I'd like to tell you something about Independence Day. On August 15, 1947, we got freedom from the slavery that the British people threw upon us. So, this is the day we should remember our freedom fighter. They got killed, tortured, burned to death, but they never give up. So, every one of us, stand up and make our country forefront of the world. Jai Hind!
It's said that dance is the joy of movement. To experience this joy, I invite Elena Maria for a dance.
हो मारे या कोई मारे ना, यहाँ अपनी भी थोड़ी अदा थोड़ा अंदाज है। ऐसे हैं चाहे वैसे हैं, अरे जो भी हैं जैसे हैं, खुद पे हमें नाज है। जाने ना हमको ये जमाना, चाहो तो हमको आजमाना। यार बात हम चाल साज हम इश्क बात दिल वाले, कहते हैं हमको प्यार से इंडिया वाले, छू लेते दिल के तार से इंडिया वाले, हर जीत जीत ले हार से इंडिया वाले, दुश्मन के छक्के छुड़ा दे हम इंडिया वाले, छुड़ा दे हम इंडिया वाले।
There is a place on the face of the earth where human dreams have found a home from very earliest days when man began to dream of existence. It is India. Now, to get know more about Indian independence, I would like to welcome Veda Abhilash for a speech.
Respected teachers, parents, and my dear friends. First of all, I would like to wish you a very happy Independence Day. India got independence on 15th August 1947. After 200 years of British rule, it is our nation's 75th Independence Day. We celebrate this day to commemorate the struggles and sacrifices made by our great freedom fighters like Mahatma Gandhi, Pandit Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose, and many more. After independence, the great leaders of the nation brought out prosperity to educational, cultural, and social aspects. Those efforts made India one of the leading powers of the world. Every year we celebrate this day with great enthusiasm and pride. Our Prime Minister hoists national flag on Red Fort and addresses the nation. Army parades and cultural programs are also conducted. Even at schools, the flag hoisting and different programs are conducted to make the children aware of the importance of our nation's freedom fighters' sacrifices. Now during the pandemic, we are in a situation of celebrating it in virtual platform to protect ourselves and our society. We are obliged to protect the unity, integrity and the sovereignty of our nation. Jai Hind!
Now, let's invite As and Therese for a beautiful song.
Speech is to convert, to compel, to persuade. It is to bring one out of his bad sense into a good sense. Now, I would like to welcome Devatirtha R. Nair to bring a good sense in all our minds with her wonderful and strong words.
എന്റെ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ടവർക്ക് ഹൃദയം നിറഞ്ഞ സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യദിനാശംസകൾ. സ്വതന്ത്ര ഭാരതത്തിൽ ജനിക്കാനും ജീവിക്കാനും ഭാഗ്യം ലഭിച്ചവരാണ് നാം ഇന്ന് അനുഭവിക്കുന്ന സന്തോഷത്തിന് പിന്നിൽ ഒരുപാട് പേരുടെ കണ്ണീരും ജീവത്യാഗവുമുണ്ട്. അവർ നമുക്ക് വാങ്ങി തന്ന സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം നാം ഒരിക്കലും പാഴാക്കരുത്. നന്നായി പഠിച്ച് മുതിർന്നവരെ ബഹുമാനിച്ച് അധ്യാപകർ നമുക്ക് പകർന്നു തരുന്ന അറിവ് സ്വീകരിച്ച് ഒരു അഭിവൃദ്ധി ഭാരതം നമുക്ക് കെട്ടിപ്പടുക്കണം. സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യത്തിലേക്ക് പിറന്നു വീണ അന്നു മുതൽ ഭാരതം അനുഭവിക്കുന്ന ചില പ്രശ്നങ്ങളുണ്ട്. 1. വർഗീയ സംഘർഷം. 2. അഴിമതിക്കറ പുരണ്ട ഭരണനിർവഹണ സംവിധാനങ്ങൾ. അധികാരത്തിനെതിരെ കരുതിയിരിക്കുക, അത് ദുഷിപ്പിക്കുമെന്ന ഗാന്ധി വചനം നാം വിസ്മരിച്ചുകൂടാ. 3. കാർഷിക രംഗം. കാർഷിക സംസ്കൃതിയിൽ നിന്നും സൈബർ യുഗത്തിലേക്ക് കുതിച്ചെത്തിയ ഇന്ത്യ വികസന പദ്ധതികളിൽ കാർഷിക മേഖലകളെ വേണ്ടത്ര പരിഗണിക്കുന്നില്ല. 4. ദാരിദ്ര്യ നിർമ്മാർജ്ജനം. ഈ 4 കാര്യങ്ങളിൽ പരിഹാരമുണ്ടായാലേ ആരോഗ്യ സാമ്പത്തിക രംഗങ്ങളിൽ ലോകം കടുത്ത പ്രതിസന്ധികൾ നേരിടുന്ന ഈ സമയത്ത് കെട്ടുറപ്പുള്ള ഒരു രാഷ്ട്രമായി നമ്മുടെ ഭാരതത്തിനെ മാറ്റാൻ കഴിയും. കോവിഡ് എന്ന മഹാമാരി നമ്മെ പിടികൂടിയ ഈ സമയത്താണ് ഭാരതത്തിന്റെ 74ാം സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യദിനം കടന്നു വന്നത്. കോവിഡിൽ നിന്നും നമുക്ക് സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം കിട്ടാനായി പോരാടുന്ന ആരോഗ്യ പ്രവർത്തകർക്കും നിങ്ങൾ ധൈര്യമായി ഉറങ്ങിക്കൊള്ളൂ, ഞങ്ങൾ ഇവിടെ കാവലുണ്ട് എന്ന് ഉറക്കെ പറഞ്ഞ് ഭാരതത്തിന്റെ അതിർത്തികളിൽ കാവൽ നിൽക്കുന്ന പട്ടാളക്കാർക്കും ആശംസകൾ നേർന്നുകൊണ്ട് രാഷ്ട്ര നേതാക്കൾ സ്വപ്നം കണ്ട സുസ്ഥിരവും ഐശ്വര്യപൂർവവുമായ ഭാരതം ലക്ഷ്യമാക്കി നമുക്ക് മുന്നേറാം. നന്ദി. ജയ് ഹിന്ദ്.
Words make you think a thought. Music make you feel a feeling. Song make you feel a thought. Here are our little stars of Second C with their wonderful programs.
इसने ही सिखाया हमको जीने का चलन इसके वास्ते निसार है मेरा तन मेरा मन मेरा मुल्क मेरा देश मेरा ये वतन चांदी का उन्नति का प्यार का चमन धन्यवाद. Respected principal, teachers and my dear friends, first of all I wish you a very happy Independence Day. This day is the most important day for all of us because on this day in 1947 we got independence from the British rule. Friends, our great freedom fighters like Mahatma Gandhi, Pandit Nehru, Lokmanya Tilak, Lala Lajpat Rai, Bhagat Singh, Subhash Chandra Bose and many others devoted their entire life for the independence of our country. Today we are fortunate that we are born in an independent country and we have our all fundamental rights. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
यह दिन ए अभिमान का ए मादा के माट का नहीं चाहेगा रक्त वीरत बीलोगे बलियान का शुरुंदा तुसी के सोईवान का ये जय हिंद.
हम लोगों को समझ सको तो समझो दिल पर जानी जितना भी तुम समझोगे उतनी होगी हैरानी. हम लोगों को समझ सको तो समझो दिल पर जानी जितना भी तुम समझोगे उतनी होगी हैरानी. अपनी छतरी तुमको दे दे कभी जबर से पानी कभी नए पैकेट में बेचे तुमको चीज पुरानी फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी.
Let's invite Hania Mariam for a speech.
മാന്യ സദസ്സിന് വന്ദനം. ഓഗസ്റ്റ് 15 ഓരോ ഭാരതീയനും സന്തോഷത്തോടെയും അഭിമാനത്തോടെയും ആഘോഷിക്കുന്ന ദിനം. 1947 ഓഗസ്റ്റ് 15-നാണ് ബ്രിട്ടീഷുകാരിൽ നിന്നും ഇന്ത്യക്ക് സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം ലഭിച്ചത്. രാജ്യത്തിനു വേണ്ടി ജീവൻ അർപ്പിച്ച ധീര നേതാക്കൾക്ക് ആദരവ് അർപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ടാണ് എല്ലാ വർഷവും നമ്മൾ സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യ ദിനം ആഘോഷിക്കുന്നത്. ഈ മഹത്തായ ദിനത്തിൽ നമ്മൾ ദേശീയ പതാക ഉയർത്തുകയും ദേശീയ ഗാനം ആലപിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യുന്നു. ഭാരതീയരുടെ ദേശീയ സ്നേഹവും സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യബോധവും നിറഞ്ഞു നിന്ന നാളുകളായിരുന്നു സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യ സമര നാളുകൾ. ജന്മനാടിനെ അടിമത്തത്തിൽ നിന്നും മോചിപ്പിക്കാൻ ധീരരായ ദേശസ്നേഹികൾ മുന്നിട്ടിറങ്ങി. ഗാന്ധിജി, ചാച്ചാജി, നേതാജി, ഭഗത് സിംഗ് തുടങ്ങിയവർ സമരങ്ങൾക്ക് നേതൃത്വം നൽകി. അങ്ങനെ ഒരുപാട് പേരുടെ ത്യാഗത്തിന്റെ ഫലമാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇന്ന് അനുഭവിക്കുന്ന സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം. ഈ ദിനത്തിൽ നമ്മുടെ രാജ്യത്തെ കൂടുതൽ പുരോഗതിയിലേക്ക് നയിക്കാനും മികച്ച രാജ്യമാക്കി മാറ്റാനും നമുക്കെല്ലാവർക്കും ഒരുമിച്ച് പ്രവർത്തിക്കാം. എല്ലാവർക്കും സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യ ദിനാശംസകൾ. ജയ് ഹിന്ദ്.
Now it's time to invite Class 6C to perform and show their talents.
ബ്രിട്ടീഷ് അടിച്ചമർത്തലിനെതിരെ പോരാടി സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യമെന്ന ഭാരതീയരുടെ അവകാശം തിരികെ നേടിയെടുത്ത് സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യത്തിന്റെ ഓർമ്മ പുതുക്കലാണ് ഓരോ ഓഗസ്റ്റ് 15-ഉം. സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യത്തിന്റെ മഹത്തായ 75-ാം വാർഷികത്തിലേക്ക് കടക്കുകയാണ് ഇന്ത്യ. മൺമറഞ്ഞുപോയ ധീരദേശാഭിമാനികളുടെ ഇന്നും കത്തിജ്വലിക്കുന്ന ഓർമ്മകൾക്ക് മുന്നിൽ ശതകോടി പ്രണാമങ്ങൾ അർപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് എല്ലാവർക്കും എന്റെ സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യദിനത്തിന്റെ ആശംസകൾ നേരുന്നു.
Rani Lakshmibai is an outstanding figure in the history of Indian freedom struggle. Her bros called her the best and bravest military leader among Indians. Her battle against the British ruler made a tremendous impact on the Indian freedom struggle, and countless poems, ballads and folk songs were composed to honor her. She was born in a village near Baranas, now Varanasi. She learned martial art and horse riding. She married
देश के निवासी सभी जान एक है रंग रूप वेश भाषा चाहे अनेक है हिंद देश के निवासी सभी जान एक है रंग रूप वेश भाषा चाहे अनेक है.
Thousands laid down their lives so that our country is breathing. This day, never forget that time.
Never dear at any price. It is the breath of life. What would a man not pay for living? Said by Mahatma Gandhi ji.
वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ में याद रहे तू मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ में याद रहे तू ऐ वतन मेरे वतन.
Namaste. I am here to tell about a thought that Mahatma Gandhi had told. A day when a woman walks freely on the roads at night, we can see that India has got independence. Thank you.
I'm Srivaiga. I'm studying in 6th grade. Freedom in mind, faith in words, pride in souls. Happy Independence Day to everyone.
Think about our past and resolve to build a better future for our country.
Now, I would like to invite Neha Nambiar for a speech.
आज़ादी का यह दिन है, वीर शहीदों को हमारा नमन है. आज भारत और भारतीयों के लिए बहुत ही गर्व का दिन है. 75 साल पहले इसी दिन भारत को स्वतंत्रता मिली थी और आज हम उसे उत्सव प्रतीत मना रहे हैं. भारत को ब्रिटिश शासन से 1947 में 15 अगस्त को आज़ादी मिली और आज इतने मुश्किल पलों में भी हम जुट होकर साथ लड़ रहे हैं. स्वतंत्रता के बाद हमारा देश विज्ञान, शिक्षा, खेल आदि में कई उन्नतियां हासिल कर चुका है. देश के जिम्मेदार नागरिक होने के नाते यह प्रतिज्ञा हम करते हैं कि हम अपने बापूजी के सपनों को साकार करेंगे. तिरंगा हमारी शान है, भारतीयों का मान है. जय हिंद.
It's time to welcome the students of 9th A to show their talents.
We made a tryst with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom. A moment comes, which comes but rarely in history, when we step out from the old to the new, when an age ends, and when the soul of a nation, long suppressed, finds utterance. It is fitting that at this solemn moment we take the pledge of dedication to the service of India and her people and to the still larger cause of humanity. At the dawn of history, India started on her unending quest, and trackless centuries are filled with her striving and the grandeur of her successes and her failures. Through good and ill fortune alike, she has never lost sight of that quest or forgotten the ideals which gave her strength. We end today a period of ill fortune, and India discovers herself again. The achievement we celebrate today is but a step, an opening of opportunity to the greater triumphs and achievements that await us. Are we brave enough and wise enough to grasp this opportunity and accept the challenge of the future?
What has keys but can't listen to the beauty it unlocks? A keyboard. So now let's invite Siddharth S to play the keyboard.
Hello my dear teachers and friends. Happy Independence
day to all. I am going to play a patriotic song, Mera Mulk Mera Desh.
Most powerful speech ever made to a better future. Now, to get to know more about Indian independence, I would like to welcome Anush Parthiv.
On this day, that is 15th August 2021, we celebrate our great nation's 74th Independence Day. Yes, so on this auspicious occasion, let us remember all those people, that is the freedom fighters who came forward and fought for us, sacrificed their lives for us, and hence which is why we enjoy the freedom that we have today. Let our country grow globally in all the aspects such as the sports, arts and economy. Since freedom is not there at price, and which is why freedom is also not voluntarily obtained from the oppressor. So I hope you all are happy because of the freedom that you enjoy today, and also very proud of the nation that you were born to. Let the Indian Tiranga fly at the top of the world. Jai Hind.
Life is a grand sweet song. So now I invite Tanmaya D. Nair for a song.
Sundara Kashmir Nandanatil Oru Kungumappu Virinyal Kanyakumari Kadal Tira Swagada Mangalam Padenam Swagada Mangalam Padenam Sundara Kashmir Nandanatil Oru Kungumappu Virinyal Oru Kungumappu Virinyal Gangayil Yamunayil Atungabhadrayil Pambayil Kaveriyil Gangayil Yamunayil Atungabhadrayil Pambayil Kaveriyil Peratin Sindhuvil Payunnarindiyadu ചോരയെന്നോർക്കേണം ഇന്ത്യതൻ ചോരയെന്നോർക്കേണം സുന്ദര കാശ്മീര നന്ദനത്തിൽ ഒരു കുങ്കുമപ്പൂ വിരിഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു കുങ്കുമപ്പൂ വിരിഞ്ഞാൽ 100 കോടി ജനങ്ങളും കേൾക്കേണം കൂടെ പാടേണം 100 കോടി ജനങ്ങളും കേൾക്കേണം കൂടെ പാടേണം എന്റെ നാടെന്റെ നാടെന്റെ നാടെന്നുള്ള
all. Independence Day is celebrated annually on August 15 as a national holiday in India, commemorating the nation's independence from British on 15 August 1947, the day when the provisions of the 1947 Indian Independence Act, which transferred legislative sovereignty to the Indian Constituent Assembly, came into effect. India retained King George VI as a head of state until its transition to a full republic when the nation adopted the Constitution on 26 January 1950. Independence Day is celebrated all over the nation by hoisting our national flag, and many cultural programs are conducted with sweet distribution to create awareness among the children who are the backbone of our nation's development. Wishing you all and 74th Happy Independence Day. Thank you.
Dance is the hidden language of soul. So now let's welcome Anna Sibi for a dance.
Furtado to deliver her speech.
A very good morning, respected principal, teachers, parents, and my dear friends. Today we celebrate the 75th Independence Day. We must remember that the freedom we enjoy is a legacy, a gift given by the freedom fighters. We must keep in mind of the struggles and sacrifices of the men and women who fought for our freedom. Many leaders such as Subhash Chandra Bose, Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, B.R. Ambedkar, etc. fought persistently. Many freedom fighters came together under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi. Through non-violence, he shook the world. On August 15, 1947, India became an independent country. From that day onwards, when anyone has ever tried to attack our country, our brave soldiers have fought against them. Right from the snow-covered Himalayas to the deep blue Indian Oceans, they have protected us. Today, on Independence Day, let us salute our brave freedom fighters who won us freedom. Let us salute our brave soldiers. Let us salute our brave leaders. We, the children, are the future of this country. Our country was once called Son Chidiya, golden bird. Let us pledge to keep history close to heart. Let us promise to strive and to bring our country to the heights those brave freedom fighters dreamt of. Jai Hind!
Now, here is Dina Maria with a beautiful song.
जननी जन्मभूमि भारतभूमि विन्ध्यहिमालय पर्वतनिरകൾ കാവൽ നിൽക്കും ഭൂമി जननी जन्मभूमि आ आ आ आ മന്ദാരങ്ങൾ വിടർന്നു നിൽക്കും മന്ദാകിനിയുടെ കരങ്ങളിൽ പുരുഷാന്തരങ്ങൾ തഴുകി വളർത്തി സംസ്കാരത്തിൻ ദീപങ്ങൾ പുരുഷാന്തരങ്ങൾ തഴുകി വളർത്തി സംസ്കാരത്തിൻ ദീപങ്ങൾ ജനനീ ജനനീ ജന്മഭൂമി ജന്മഭൂമി ആ ആ ആ ആ ഹിമവത്സാനുവിലൊരു പിടി മണ്ണായി ഒഴുകുന്നു ഭാരതഭൂമി ഒഴുകിയലിക്കും ഗംഗായമുന തൻ അമൃതം തൂകും ഭാരതഭൂമി ജനനീ ജനനീ ജന്മഭൂമി ജന്മഭൂമി യുഗാന്തരങ്ങളിലൊരേ മനസ്സായി തപസ്സിരുന്നു മുനികൾ യുഗാന്തരങ്ങളിലൊരേ മനസ്സായി തപസ്സിരുന്നു മുനികൾ കനിഞ്ഞു നൽകിയ കടാക്ഷമേത് പൊരുളിലുദിച്ചു സത്യം കനിഞ്ഞു നൽകിയ കടാക്ഷമേത് പൊരുളിലുദിച്ചു സത്യം असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय.
Now let's hear to the speech of Dua Moza.
Respected principal, my dear teachers, and my lovely friends. Wonderful morning to all of you. On this Independence Day, we should all feel proud of being a part of India. India is an independent nation that gives us freedom to follow all rights, including the right to education and right to speech. We celebrate Independence Day every year on August 15 as national holiday, to commemorate the independence of the nation from the United Kingdom on 15th August 1947. For every Indian in those days, it was a Herculean task to fight against those powerful giants, the British. Those difficult times and struggles must not be allowed to fade away from our memories. Hence, every Independence Day, we not only celebrate our freedom, we also pay tribute to the ones who fought for it. On this occasion, our thoughts turn first to Mahatma Gandhi and the man behind our struggles for freedom and the martyrs who made the supreme sacrifice for our country's liberty. Once again, happy Independence Day. Let me wind up. Jai Hind.
Now I invite Shreya Joss for a beautiful song.
मेरा मुल्क मेरा देश मेरा ये वतन शादी का उन्नति का प्यार का चमन मेरा मुल्क मेरा देश मेरा ये वतन शांति का उन्नति का प्यार का चमन, इसके वास्ते निसार है मेरा तन मेरा मन। ए वतन ए वतन ए वतन, जाने मन जाने मन जाने मन। ए वतन ए वतन ए वतन, जाने मन जाने मन जाने मन। मेरा मुल्क मेरा देश मेरा ए वतन, शांति का उन्नति का प्यार का चमन। इसकी मिट्टी से बने तेरा मेरे वतन, इसकी दत्त तेरा मेरा वासुदेव का गन। इसने ही सिखाए हमको जीने का चलन, जीने का चलन। इसके वास्ते निसार है मेरा तन मेरा मन। ए वतन ए वतन ए वतन, जाने मन जाने मन जाने मन। ए वतन ए वतन ए वतन, जाने मन जाने मन जाने मन। अपने इस चमन को स्वर्ग हम बनाएंगे, कौन कौन अपने देश के सजाएंगे। जश्न होगा जिंदगी का, होंगे सब मगन होंगे सब मगन। इसके वास्ते निसार है मेरा तन मेरा मन। ए वतन ए वतन ए वतन, जाने मन जाने मन जाने मन। ए वतन ए वतन ए वतन, जाने मन जाने मन जाने मन। मेरा मुल्क मेरा देश मेरा ए वतन, शांति का उन्नति का प्यार का चमन।
Dancing is like dreaming with feet. Now let's enjoy a beautiful dance by Irene and Gladia.
आजा आजा जिंद शामी आने के तले, आजा जरी वाले नीले आजमाने के तले। जय हो जय हो, आजा आजा जिंद शामी आने के तले, आजा जरी वाले नीले आजमाने के तले। जय हो
Now, let's welcome Alfred M. Cherian for a speech.
Good morning, everyone. Today, we all are here to acknowledge our privilege of being born in a free India and celebrate the 75th Independence Day of our country. We need to ask those born before 1947 to know the pangs of anguish of being enslaved under a colonial rule. For every Indian in those days, it was indeed a true Herculean task to fight against those powerful giants, the British. Those difficult times and struggles must not be allowed to fade away from our memories. Hence, every Independence Day, we not only celebrate our freedom, but we also pay tribute to the ones who fought for it, to the ones who held vision for our country, and to the ones who sacrificed themselves for the same. The idea of being an independent nation where so much power lies with us to determine our future places a huge responsibility on our shoulders. The significance of its beautiful story is that the nation has gained respect from the world for the democratic route chosen by it. We can proudly say that India has never invaded any country in its 10,000 years of history. On this occasion, our thoughts turn first to Mahatma Gandhi, the man behind the struggle for freedom, and the martyrs who made the supreme sacrifice for our country's liberty. We are also reminded of the relentless struggle of our great patriots who liberated our motherland from the colonial rule. Gandhiji was seeking liberty from both the foreign rule and the insidious social chains that had long incarcerated our society. Every other Indian was guided on a path of self-belief and hope for the better future. Democracy gives us the right to live freely as proud citizens of a country. Today, we are fortunate to live in one due to the vision and sacrifice of our freedom fighters. There is a big celebration each year in New Delhi at Rajpath, where national anthem is sung after the Prime Minister hoists the flag. Also, a salute is given to the national flag by firing 21 guns and the national anthem, and flowers are also showered via helicopter. All the forces take part in parades. In the end, we cannot merely say that 15th August is solely about freedom. This day is a plethora of emotion. It reminds us the pain of being enslaved, of strength in unity. It defines sacrifice. It gives us an example that some wars can be won with non-violence. And of all the things, it makes us value and cherish the freedom we have today. It's our responsibilities as proud citizens of this country to sincerely perform our duty and progress together for the growth and development of our country. Keeping the sacrifices of our ancestors in mind, we should take an oath to carve a better future for our motherland. India is our motherland and we are the citizens of this country. We should always protect the harmony of our country from the enemy. This is our responsibility to lead our country to become the superpower of the world and become the best. With these few last words, I would like to conclude my speech. If you want to swim, swim in the sea. There's nothing in the river or pond. If you want to love, love your nation. What is there in others? Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Now, here are students of Plus 1 Science with their programs.
जनकोटिकൾക്ക് ജീവാമൃതം ജയ ഭാരതാംബയ്ക്ക് വന്ദനം ജനകോടികൾക്ക് ജീവാമൃതം ജയ ഭാരതാംബയ്ക്ക് വന്ദനം ഓ ഹൃദയമേ ഹൃദയമേ ഉണരുമീ വേളയിൽ
Speech is like a mini skirt, long enough to cover all the vital part, and it also captivates the listeners. Now let's listen to a speech by Rashmi Vinod.
Long years ago, we made tryst with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom. I convey my heartiest greetings to you all on the 75th Independence Day. We are born in an independent country and hence understand very little about the insult of being governed by a foreign power. 15th August holds an everlasting place in our national memory and commands the respect of every Indian. On this auspicious day, I would like to pay my tribute to all those brave soldiers and freedom fighters who fought for our unity, integrity and independence. On this day, 75 years back, we were freed from the grasps of the British. We celebrate Independence Day as a way to commemorate our nation's independence. Furthermore, we celebrate this day to remember the sacrifices made by our freedom fighters for our motherland. On August 14th of 1947, Jawaharlal Nehru addressed the Constituent Assembly, delivering his famous speech, Tryst with Destiny, and hence marking India's independence. After being an independent nation, our country has faced many challenges like terrorism, Naxalism, casteism, religious violence, and many more. Our nation has faced various challenges including wars and have emerged unscathed and victorious. Today, we are collectively facing a COVID-19 pandemic threat that has created a huge global health crisis and has had a huge impact on our lives. Without precedent for history, Independence Day has been muted last year and this year due to the pandemic, but the day has been kept alive in our minds and through online celebrations. Keeping the sacrifices made by our ancestors in our mind, we should take an oath to carve a better future for our nation. Let us salute all the people who fought for the independence of our country. Stay safe and stay cautious. Jai Hind.
Invite Angela for a dance.
कोई मारे ना यहाँ अपनी भी थोड़ी अदा थोड़ा अंदाज ऐसे है चाहे कैसे है अरे जो भी है जैसे है पे हम नाज जाने ना हमको ये सबसे आगे होंगे हिंदुस्तानी। सुनो गौर से दुनिया वालों, बुरी नजर ना हम पे डालो, चाहे जितना जोर लगा लो, सबसे आगे होंगे हिंदुस्तानी। हमने कहा है तुम भी कहो, हमने कहा।
Now, here is Anmya GS with the speech.
മാന്യസദസ്സിന് വന്ദനം. ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട അധ്യാപകരെ, പ്രിയ കൂട്ടുകാരെ, എല്ലാവർക്കും എൻ്റെ സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യ ദിനാശംസകൾ. ഇന്ത്യക്കാരായ നമുക്ക് ഓരോരുത്തർക്കും അഭിമാനവും സന്തോഷവും തരുന്ന ദിവസമാണ് സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യദിനം. കാരണം 1947 ആഗസ്റ്റ് 15-ാം തീയതിയാണ് നമ്മൾക്ക് സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം കിട്ടിയത്. സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യദിനമായി ആഘോഷിക്കുന്ന ഈ ദിവസം നമ്മുടെ സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യത്തിന് വേണ്ടി പ്രയത്നിച്ച് മഹാത്മാഗാന്ധി, സുഭാഷ് ചന്ദ്രബോസ്, നമ്മുടെ നാടിനു വേണ്ടി ജീവത്യാഗം ചെയ്ത് എല്ലാ ധീരദേശാഭിമാനികളെയും സ്മരിക്കുന്നു. നമ്മുടെ നാടിന്റെ അഖണ്ഡതയും ഐക്യവും കാത്തു സൂക്ഷിക്കേണ്ടത് കുട്ടികളായ നമ്മുടെ ഓരോരുത്തരുടെയും കടമയാണ്. എല്ലാവർക്കും ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി എൻ്റെ സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യദിന ആശംസകൾ. ജയ് ഹിന്ദ്.
Good morning, respected teachers and my dear friends. Today, 15th August, the day we celebrate our Independence Day. India got freedom on 15th August 1947. It is the day when we got our freedom from the British dynasty after a long time because of our great freedom fighters who had struggled a lot for it. On this occasion, our thoughts first turn to Mahatma Gandhi, who is also known as the father of the nation. He is the man behind this successful fight of freedom in our country. Because of that great man, we got the freedom that we are enjoying today. He had been arrested by the British troops several times and put into the African jail, but he still did not give up his determined mind to gain freedom. He is not only the man who is responsible for our freedom, there are many others who are also very thankful for our freedom. There are even many freedom fighters that had lost their life at an early age, such as Bhagat Singh, Khudiram Bose and Chandrasekhar Azad, who can be never forgotten. The big celebration in India takes part in New Delhi Red Fort. First, our Prime Minister hoists the national flag and the national anthem is sung after that. Also, a salute is given to the national flag by firing 21 gunshots in the honor of the solemn occasion. With the national anthem, there will be parades, fireworks and singing patriotic songs and a speech by our Prime Minister and our President. It is our responsibility as a proud citizen of this country to sincerely perform our duty and progress together for the growth and the development of our country. Keeping the sacrifices of our ancestors in mind, we should take an oath to carve a better future for our motherland. Jai Hind.
हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मन विजय करे। हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मन विजय करे। दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करे। दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करे। गया जहाँ भी बस तेरी याद थी, जो मेरे साथ मुझको तड़पाती रुलाती। सबसे प्यारी तेरी सूरत, प्यार है बस तेरा प्यारी। माँ तुझे सलाम, माँ तुझे सलाम, अम्मा तुझे सलाम।
हो मेरी जमीन महबूब मेरी, मेरी नस नस में तेरा इश्क बहे। फीका न पड़े कभी रंग तेरा, जिस मुंह से निकल के कौन कहे। हिंदुस्ता हमारा हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा हम बुलबुले इसके ये गुलसिता हमारा हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा
वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू ए वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू ए वतन मेरे वतन ए वतन मेरे वतन
भारत हमको जान से प्यारा है सबसे न्यारा गुलिस्तान हमारा है भारत हमको जान से प्यारा है सबसे न्यारा गुलिस्तान हमारा है
Now let's invite the students of 10B for their programs.
Lal Bahadur Shastri. He was born to Sharda Prasad Srivatsava and Ramduleri Devi in Mughalasari on 2nd October 1904, sharing his birthday with Mahatma Gandhi. He studied in East Central Railway Inter College and Harish Chandra High School, which he left to join the non-corporation movement. Shastri's thoughts were influenced by readings about Swami Vivekananda, Gandhi and Annie Besant. Deeply impressed and influenced by Gandhi, he joined the Indian independence movement in the 1920s. He completed his graduation in Hindi, English and philosophy from Kashi Vidyapith. He was given the title Shastri, meaning a great scholar. Following independence in 1947, he joined the Indian government and became one of the Prime Minister Nehru's key cabinet colleagues, first as railway minister and then in numerous other prominent positions including the Home Minister. He got the post of Prime Minister after the sudden death of Jawaharlal Nehru. He remained a Prime Minister for only 18 months. He was a great man and a very good leader. On 16 May 1928, Shastri married Lalita Devi, who was from Mirzapur. The couple had 4 sons and 2 daughters. He was awarded Bharat Ratna in 1966. He led the country during the Indo-Pakistan War of 1965. His slogan Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan became very popular during the war. The war formally ended with the Tashkent Agreement of 10th January 1966. He died on the following day.
Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. These are the words said by the great Indian freedom fighter Bal Gangadhar Tilak, who was born on 23 July 1856. He was born as Keshav Gangadhar Tilak. He was an Indian nationalist, teacher and independence activist. The British colonial authorities called him the father of Indian unrest. He was also conferred with the title Lokmanya, which means accepted by the people. Gandhi described him as the maker of modern India. He died on 1st of August 1920, Bombay, British India at the age of 64. He was also popular as an author and politician.
Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, better known as Mahatma or the Great Soul. Gandhiji was an Indian lawyer who led his country freedom from the British colonial rule in 1947. He was assassinated months later at age 78. Gandhiji is most famous for his philosophy on nonviolence that has inspired civil rights leaders around the world. Gandhiji returned to India from South Africa in 1915 at the request of Gopal Krishna Gokhale. Gandhiji's contribution to Indian freedom movement cannot be measured in words. Gandhiji was an honorable person who believed in truth and was doing right things. He tried to live up the high principle of life.
Hmm.
तेरी सांसों पे थोड़ा सा वतन का भी हक था। ना देख मुझे यूं मुड़ मुड़ के, तेरे मेरा साथ यही तकता। ये तेरी ज़मीं तेरे होने से तो सजती संवरती है रांझे। तेरे इश्क की मैं हकदार नहीं, तेरी हीर तो डरती है रांझे। हाय तेरी मिट्टी मैं मिल जावा गुल बन के, मैं खिल जावा इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू। तेरी नदियों में बह जावा, तेरी गीतों में लहरावा इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू।
I would like to welcome the students of 7th A to perform out their programs.
जैसा कोई नहीं है, 80 नहीं 100 दिन दुनिया घुमा है, नहीं कहे तेरे जैसा कोई नहीं। मैं गाया जहां भी बस तेरी याद थी, जो मेरे साथ थी, मुझको तड़पा दिलाती। सबसे प्यारी तेरी सूरत, प्यार है बस तेरा प्यार ही। तुझे सलाम, माँ तुझे सलाम, अम्मा तुझे सलाम। वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम।
Now, here are our little stars of 3rd C to perform their programs.
Respected Principal, Honorable Chief Guest, teachers, parents, and all my dear friends. I'm very happy to have the opportunity to express my thoughts on this auspicious occasion of Independence Day. Independence Day is very important for every Indian. But about 74 years ago, India wasn't an independent country and it was under the rule of the British government. The British came to India on the pretext of trade and gradually took everything under their control. Indians were tortured, captured and were forced to be slaves. The anger inside the Indians led to the emergence of some freedom fighters who felt the need to enlighten Indians about India's condition. They engaged Indians in the freedom struggles and movements until they received the victory of freedom. Freedom fighters like Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose and others did a lot of freedom movements to gain independence, including the Salt March movement, the Non-Cooperation movement and the Civil Disobedience movement. Finally, on 15th August 1947, we got our freedom from the hands of the British government. So this day is a memorable one, making us remember the extreme sacrifices of our martyrs. We need to maintain our unity for making our country strong. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
नमस्कार। स्वतंत्रता दिवस भारत के राष्ट्रीय त्योहारों में एक है।
15 अगस्त 1947 को हमारा देश अंग्रेज़ों की गुलामी से मुक्त हुआ था। तब से हमारा देश में 15 अगस्त को स्वतंत्रता दिवस मनाते हैं। इस दिन भारत के प्रधानमंत्री लाल किले पर राष्ट्रीय ध्वज फहराते हैं। स्कूल और कॉलेज में तिरंगा फहराने के बाद राष्ट्रगान गाया जाता है। यह दिन हमें प्रेरणा देता है कि हमें राष्ट्रीय एकता को बनाए रखना चाहिए। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
Freedom doesn't see colors or shapes. There is enough hate and violence in the world. And now we need to build a better future, full of love, unity and understanding. Wish you a very happy Independence Day.
ജന്മകാരിണി ഭാരതം ആഗമമേദിനി ഭാരതം നമ്മളാ ജനകോടിതൻ അമ്മയാകിയ ഭാരതം ജന്മകാരിണി ഭാരതം ആഗമമേദിനി ഭാരതം.
പ്രാണനേക്കാൾ വലുതാണ് പിറന്ന നാടിന്റെ മാനവും സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം എന്ന് ചിന്തിച്ച ഒരു തലമുറയുടെ ത്യാഗമാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇന്ന് അനുഭവിക്കുന്ന സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം. അവരുടെ ത്യാഗവും ചിന്തിയ ചോരയും ബലിയായി നൽകിയ ജീവനും വ്യർത്ഥമാകാതിരിക്കാൻ നമുക്ക് പ്രയത്നിക്കാം. എല്ലാവർക്കും സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യ ദിനാശംസകൾ.
स्वतंत्रता दिवस की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। तिरंगा देश की शान है, हर भारतीय का स्वाभिमान है। यही है गंगा, यही है हिमालय, यही हिंद की जान है। 3 रंगों में रंगा हुआ ये अपना हिंदुस्तान है। जय हिंद, जय भारत.
Now I invite Apurva Arun for the vote of thanks.
On this wonderful occasion, I would like to present the vote of thanks. First of all, I take this golden opportunity to thank our respected Principal Sister Christina and Vice Principal P.U. Joseph Sir for attending this function. I extend my gratitude to all the teachers, especially George Sir and all the non-teaching staffs. It is my pleasure to thank all who made this function a colorful one by participating in this program. Last but not least, I thank all of my teachers and students for making this program a great success. Once again, I thank one and all. Thank you.
Now, it's time to be the witness of such a great day and end today's auspicious programs based on the celebration of our independence.
Of monarchy brought sovereignty, which strengthened its backbone is rendering of national anthem. National anthem makes us feel proud and makes us remember all the great personalities and the struggle behind this great day. Now, let's all stand up and show respect for our country and all the great personalities behind this struggle. Now, I would like to welcome Amelin for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जाये तव शुभ आशीष माघे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे